What's up, everybody? James Duggan here. Joining me is Blizzard apologist with the Overwatch jacket, Tom Marks. We're going to be talking about Overwatch League. Now, it's a pretty big deal, or at least that's the question at hand. A lot of people are wondering, what is this? Why is everybody talking about it? Should I care, or is it just going to be another passing esports fling? And there seem to be two mindsets right now. Number one, this is going to fail. It's just all going to fail. And number two, this is going to be massive. I tend to land on the latter realm of thought. But what about you?
I'm more in the middle-ish, okay. But I think it's too soon to say for me. Like, I think that Blizzard has put an enormous amount of support into this, sure. Right? Like, it's got its own tab on the Battle.net launcher. They have an app for it. It's got its own website. They've got this $90 million deal with Twitch. Like, They're putting a ton into this. But I think that is all at odds with the fact that, like, I still don't think Overwatch is the best esport to watch.
The best spectator sport. You know
what? It's hard to watch.
I will agree in part with that. I think they've moved mountains relative to where they were about 6 months ago in terms of its viewability. Now things like improved spectator cam, which the rumor was it was bugged out for the first day, but moreover, team uniforms, team specifically colored HUD elements, as well as effects. It's a lot easier to tell who I'm watching, what team I'm watching, what team is making a play. It all does happen very fast when Genji pops Dragon Blade and goes into an ultimate and they don't go into third person. It is still a little bit nauseating for the uninitiated FPS player. However, in spite of all of that, here's why I think it's going to be a massive success, and in 3 years, we'll be looking back at this and being like, yeah, it started out big and it only got bigger. The biggest thing for me, I think, is in-game incentives. This is going to engage the entirety of the Overwatch and Blizzard fan base, who are either A, going to buy League points and then get the League jersey skins, the League outfit skins for their favorite team, or maybe just their favorite city. And then secondarily, and this is a very smart lever to pull, and a lot of other companies I think should do this to incentivize watching esports, but you will eventually get at the very minimum League points or exclusive in-game incentives for watching on Twitch, on the Battle.net app, whatever. Watching Overwatch League will eventually give you exclusive things to unlock in Overwatch, and I think that'll get a lot of people into it, and once they get in, they'll see it's extremely well produced. It's relatively easy to watch. I do think there are challenges there, but ultimately it's something that's fun, and you can very easily keep up with your team, and your team will be playing, by the way, multiple times a week. There are games, 3 games daily from Tuesday to Saturday for months from here on out, and I think it's going to be very big.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong about any of that. I think that it's something that became very clear, at least in this first opening days of the Overwatch League, is that Blizzard isn't trying to make this for everybody anymore. I think there was this kind of vibe when they were first announcing it with that whole Thrasher, intro trailer telling everyone about it, and like the city-based teams and all that, where it kind of felt like they were like trying to make it this mainstream esports event. And I don't think they're trying to do that anymore. I think they're, like you said, with the Twitch drops, with the in-game skins, all that stuff, I think they're appealing to Overwatch players.
Sure.
And I think that will give it a better chance of success. I don't think they would have been as successful if they had tried to go and get, your mom and dad into Overwatch. I literally was texting my parents. I was like, can you watch just like 5 minutes of this? And they were like, we have no idea what's going on. So sure. I don't think it's going to be successful with those people. And that's totally valid. That in my mind maybe limits its scope a little bit, maybe limits the amount of success it will find. So I'm interested to see how it will evolve. I think it's going to be very big, at least this year, and I've been enjoying what I've been watching so far of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Me too. I think this Overwatch League hits an interesting divide where I'm not necessarily interested in going back and playing Overwatch. I booted up a show called Overwatch HQ a while ago. I played Overwatch very hardcore, went into Season 1 competitive as try-hard as I possibly could, and I kind of burned out on it and went to other games. And I can still engage with Overwatch League and enjoy what I'm watching and not have a desire to go back into Overwatch, which is really mind-blowing for me because I'm not a huge esports guy, and normally when I watch like Hearthstone esports, I just go, I'm just going to play a game of Hearthstone. But with Overwatch League, I actually just want to continue watching. And I think a lot of esports is aspirational, so it's okay if you're not the best player or you don't necessarily know what's going on. The more you watch, the more you'll learn. And then the final piece of this puzzle that we want to talk about real quick is I actually went down to Burbank to check out the inaugural day of the Overwatch League. And this is at Blizzard's new Blizzard Arena at the Burbank Studios. And it's a really cool venue. It's relatively small, I think, compared to something like the Staples Center. But remember, this is a day in, day out production lab, basically, where they have all their casters, all their teams, dedicated media area, an amazing stage and screen. It's one of the best I've seen. Anytime there's a map change, they have this remarkable sweeping cinematography thing happening with lights and all this crazy stuff. And it's a really cool venue that you can go and check out and actually purchase tickets yourself and get in there and buy some swag and whatnot. But yeah, that wraps up about what I think about Overwatch League. I think that in 2 years we'll be looking at it, and the naysayers will have moved on, and the audience at this point, which by the way was 330,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch yesterday, will at least double, if not triple at that point. People are going to get into these personalities, people are going to get into these teams and these identities, and it'll go from there. But we want to know, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Did you enjoy the matches? There's a meme going around. It's 0-4 watch. Why don't you explain what that is real quick?
Two of the 3 games of the first day went 0-4, and both LA teams went 4-0 in those days, and it was just, 0-4 watch was a real fear for a little bit there.
The biggest challenge it faces is the skill disparity in Season 1. Seoul Dynasty, and then there's is really up there along with Dallas Fuel and London Spitfire, and some of the other teams are really struggling to compete. And guess what? They have to play those guys almost every other day, so it's going to be really tough. But anyway, let us know what you think in the comments, and for all things Overwatch League and esports, keep it right here on IGN.